Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 37 of the Fourth Down Forum podcast. Now, that was just a piece of paper that said this is my intro. We did not have no planned out skit, anything like that. I have been getting mixed reviews on the skits opening the podcast. Some people are just like, D, why don't you just get somebody to make an intro for you? Well, money. You need money for stuff like that, editors, things of that nature. And don't think that's not something that I have not looked into. I am thinking about bringing somebody on to come up with an intro for me that I can use for the podcast after the holidays. But we got to get through Halloween, Christmas, all that fun stuff. That said, however, episode 37, welcome. I'm your host, Dereck M. And we have an exciting show for y'all. So today we're going to be doing our Week 6 NFL Pickems. I wanted to get this out before the Thursday night game between the Bucs and the Saints. And speaking of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I do want to say this at the start of the show before we get into it. My thoughts and my prayers are with everyone who is affected or going to be affected by Hurricane Milton. Keep those of your friends, your family, your loved ones that you have in the state of Florida in your thoughts and your prayers. It's just really rough to see, man. But praying for the best for them, and hopefully they pull through this. They're going to pull through this. But without further ado, we got a Thursday night football game kicking off tomorrow's slate of games. And I do have this right here just to consult notes. But Thursday night's going to be the San Francisco 49ers on one side, the Seattle Seahawks on the other side in an NFC divisional rival matchup. Now, who do I think's going to win this game? Well, if you would have asked me before the season kicked off and both teams were healthy, I would have told you the San Francisco 49ers without a doubt. But I should know not to doubt my former defensive coordinator, Mike McDonald. That man is like that. So that said, give me the Seahawks upsetting the 49ers tomorrow night. Then we move into our Sunday slate of games. And first up on that, we have the Bucs and the Saints. And like I said, the Bucs, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, due to Hurricane Milton, relocated the game to New Orleans, if I'm not mistaken. And New Orleans would know something about hurricanes because they were hit and devastated by Hurricane Katrina back in 2005. Now, who do I have winning this game? The Saints lost Dereck Carr for a while. Kamara wasn't really getting himself going. I believe the Saints' backup quarterback is Spencer Rattler, and he's probably going to be or should be the starting quarterback for this game. But all that aside, give me the Tampa Bay Buccaneers beating the Saints in another division rival matchup. Now, we get into what I believe and many other people believe should have been the Sunday night football game for this week. It's the Battle of the Beltway as the Washington Commanders take on the Baltimore Ravens. I almost said my Baltimore Ravens, which they are, but hey. Now, who do I have winning this match and why? See, I noticed a long time ago, I can't sit here and pick my team to win every single game. I'd be a homer if I did that, which I am. I mean, it's my team. You want them to win every single game, but realistically, they're not going to. On one side, you got Jaden Daniels. You got Scary Terry. You got Austin Eckler. You got some guys. And on the other side, you got Derrick Henry. You got Lamar Jackson, Zay Flowers, Isaiah Likely. And that's just on the offense. Tucker seems to be back in form. He, last week against Cincinnati, booted a 56-yarder down the middle and then won the game in overtime with the easiest field goal you could have ever given a kicker. The Commanders cannot stop the run. We don't have answers on defense. This ain't your mama and dad's Baltimore Ravens. I think it's going to be another shootout. I've been right about the last two Ravens games. I said we were going to win. We were going to beat the Bills. Or last three, I think. I think I had us beating the Bills. I had us beating the Bengals. Or I might have picked the Bengals to beat us. I don't remember. We'd have to go back and look at Week 5 Pickems. But I know I picked the Cowboys to beat us. No, that's what it is. I picked the Cowboys to beat us. I was wrong about that. Bills, Bengals, I picked us both to win. I was right about that. Jaden Daniels is my college quarterback, but y'all are still going to call me a homer because I'm picking our Baltimore Ravens to win this one. Cardinals and the Packers. Now that's going to be an interesting NFC game. You got Kyler Murray on one side. You got Jordan Love on the other side. But, you know, Call of Duty's dropping soon, and I think Kyler Murray's going to be more focused on that than he is football. And yes, those jokes are not going to go away, just like the Lamar running back jokes will not go away. Give me the Green Bay Packers beating the Cardinals. Colts, Titans. If Joe Flacco is out there slinging that rock, baby, give me the Colts all the way. If it's Richardson, I'm still taking the Colts. The Titans just don't really show me much promise, to be honest with y'all. And that's no knock on the Titans. They just don't have the roster this year. We got the Texans and the first start of the Drake May era for the New England Patriots. That doesn't matter, though, because, yeah, Nico Collins is out for 4 weeks, which screwed up my fantasy league. But I want to tell y'all, my Twitter league, I want to tell y'all right now, I don't plan to relinquish the title easily. I went out, picked up Michael Pittman, still making some moves behind the scenes as we talk. We'll see how the rest of the season unfolds. Took my first loss, still 4-1 in that league. We're still sitting nice, so we'll see how it plays out. But I'm coming for that $200 grand prize and retaining my fantasy football championship. That said, give me the Texans beating the Patriots. They still got Tank, though. They still got Stephon Diggs. Joe Mixon should be playing, if I'm not mistaken. The Browns and the Eagles. A little different conference matchup. The Eagles are coming off a bye week, and boy, it couldn't have come at a better time for them. You got Jalen Hurts, you got Saquon, but you're also getting back A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. And the Browns, well, the Browns are the Browns. So give me the Eagles winning that one. Then we get an AFC West matchup with the Bo Nix-led Chargers. Nope, I said Bo Nix-led Chargers. I meant the Bo Nix-led Broncos. I do apologize about that. The Bo Nix-led Broncos, head coached by Sean Payton, versus the Justin Herbert, Jim Harbaugh-led Los Angeles Chargers. Now, who do I have winning this game and why? Well, would I pick the Broncos because Greg Roman is an awful OC, and it's like I tried telling my Chargers friends this before they hired him? No, I'm not. Because as long as you can run the damn ball, which is his bread and butter, you can beat the Broncos. You should be able to beat the Broncos. But if the Broncos beat y'all, boy, oh boy. So yeah, I got the Chargers winning that game. Now, we get to the Steelers and the Raiders game. And I know I said, I told my boy who I work with, Issa, who's a Steelers fan, I said, because he brought it up to me, he was like, every prediction you make for my team is the opposite. So I was like, you know what? On the next podcast, I'll pick y'all to lose. However, that was before I knew Devontae Adams was going to be out. That was before I knew that there was going to be a switch at quarterback. But you know what? Sometimes we got to go with our gut. And my gut says the Ravens and Steelers are tied for 3-2. And if the Steelers lose that game, we keep sole possession of first place in the AFC North. And I want that. So I'm picking the Raiders, baby. Falcons, Panthers. The Kirko Chains, baby. That's all I got to say. Kirko Chains. Bijan Robinson. Drake London. They got London on the track and they got London on the field. Drake London and the Falcons are going to win this game. And not only are they going to win this game, they are going to decisively and definitively win this game. But let's talk about the Lions-Cowboys game. The Lions have a premier running back in Jahmyr Gibbs. The Cowboys have not been able to stop the run. The Cowboys beat the Steelers in their last game, so they're coming in off a high. However, I do think the Detroit Lions are going to take this game. They're going to run the ball. They got Amon-Ra. Jared Goff balled out recently in one of his games. I think he went a perfect 18 for 18. Michael Parsons isn't playing. They got multiple people injured on defense. So it's going to come down to like Dak in the offense carrying and Brandon Aubrey getting into field goal range. But we all know it doesn't come down to field goals. It comes down to touchdowns. That's what wins the games. So yeah, I have the Lions winning that one. Then we move on to what is the Sunday night football game, but what shouldn't be the Sunday night football game. Now, the Cincinnati Bengals are 1-4. I'm happy about it. I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm not. Because here's the thing. I have no issue with Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, any of the Cincinnati players, maybe with the exception of Geno Stone because he went to a division rival. And Lamar stiff-armed that boy into the ground. However, this should have moved into the 12 p.m., 1 p.m. slot. Ravens Commanders should have been the primetime game. And I will stand on that. The Bengals are 1-4. They are desperate for a win. They are looking to get their second win of the season. The New York Giants lost Kayvon Thibodeau for a couple of games. He's week to week. So with that said, Daniel Jones has Malik Nabers, and don't get me wrong, I called Malik Nabers being a great NFL player or draft pick, just like I called Jaden Daniels. That's my LSU bias. Sometimes it helps me, sometimes it hurts me. This time, hey, looking pretty. That said, give me the Cincinnati Bengals getting their second win of the season. And then we wrap things up with Monday Night Football, which is going to be the New England Jets, who, mind you, just fired Robert Saleh, their head coach, and promoted their DC to interim head coach. So I believe that's going to be a distraction going into this game. And Rodgers can put on this front all he wants. And don't get me wrong, I like Aaron Rodgers as a player, but as a person, man. But yeah, that said, give me the Buffalo Bills. They are coming off back-to-back losses against the Ravens and the Texans. They are going to be desperate for a win. They're trying to stay in playoff contention, vie for a playoff spot. And yeah, but other than that, I have the Buffalo Bills beating the New York Jets. It will be interesting to see how the Jet season plays out for the rest of the year. But yeah, those are your Week 6 pick'ems. Stuff coming up on the channel. I am trying to upload more shorts and be more consistent with that. I do have a buddy of mine at work. He said, hey, when we're here and we got downtime, we can do shorts. Don't mind helping you with that. I'm like, cool. So essentially he is part of, well, he's been part of this. He's been part of like the behind the scenes stuff. He's like, here's what I think you should do. Here's how you can make this channel better. And, I'm always open for constructive criticism. So, yeah, we're going to be doing more shorts. I'm sure if you go on the channel and look, you can see that I did one yesterday on the firing of Jets head coach Robert Saleh. I did another one on, it was on something. I forget what it was. And then I did one this morning on the Lakers City Edition jerseys that dropped. Now, when the Devontae Adams trade happens, because it's inevitable, it's going to happen. I believe the deadline's like November something for the NFL trade deadline. I'll do a short on that probably. I might make that a whole episode, if y'all want. Basketball, NBA season's coming up. We will be doing a season preview, as I've said in previous episodes, for NBA. Baseball, it was brought to my attention that we do not cover a lot of baseball on this channel. So we will be not doing the whole playoffs because that's already going on and in the midst of things right now. But once the World Series happens, we'll do an episode covering that. And then when baseball picks back up next year, we'll start covering that more. So we'll do like spring training, not preseason probably, but opening day, All-Star game, playoffs, World Series. And go from there. The next wrestling pay-per-view that I will be covering will not be Crown Jewel. I will recap that when I record the Survivor Series War Games Toronto prediction video. I'm trying to pump out as much content as I can for y'all, and I do want to be open and honest with y'all as well. I don't just do sports content and stuff here. I work in a sports store. Y'all have seen it on the shorts. So there are some times where I do get a little burnt out and I'm like, okay, I'm going to take some time for myself. And it won't be long. It won't be like a couple years ago when this was under the What a Play umbrella. And I was like, oh, well, I'm just getting burnt out, mental health, all this. No, we're growing, we're expanding. We have sponsors now. Shout out Havoc Energy, shout out Fanatics. We have sponsors now. So I gotta keep a level head about this stuff. That's why this video is getting posted tomorrow. Hell, it may even get posted tonight before Thursday night's games. Because with the exception of 1 week where I wasn't able to get to because of work scheduling, I have posted all the Pickems prior to the Thursday night game of that week. It's cool, it's fine, it's whatever. I am thinking about doing a Halloween episode. So what I would be doing there, I think we talked about doing this last year when I relaunched this. But what I would do there is I would go in, I'd be like, okay, these are everything that happened on this day in the world of sports. If that's something that does well, hey, cool, we'll keep doing it. We'll do it for Thanksgiving, we'll do it for Christmas. The other thing I'm thinking about for the Halloween episode is doing it as who I'm being for Halloween. And y'all are gonna love it. Now, this is the guy who brought y'all Endgame Thor back in 2022. I was Uncle Fester last year for Halloween because can't tell my niece no, and she was like, Uncle Dereck, we're doing the Addams Family, and I was like, okay, I'll do it. But I was Bob Ross for Halloween one year. Been the Joker. I love Halloween, man. It's one of my top 3 favorite holidays. And yeah, y'all are gonna be like, yo, D, that's just because your big back ass gets candy. I am a grown man now. I can buy my own damn candy. But you might be right. It's like when I defended Thanksgiving last year and my cousin was like, you only like Thanksgiving because you husky. Well, guess what, Bubba? So are you. Much love, though. But yeah, y'all, that's everything that's coming up on the channel. Player profiles, we won't get in until next year. That's probably how we're going to kick the... I don't want to say kick the new year off, but within that first month, that's going to be something that happens. But much love. Thank y'all. I do want to leave y'all with this too. We are doing a giveaway, and I'm going to keep pushing that until we hit that goal. We are doing a giveaway at 500 subscribers. We are currently at 242 subscribers. Once we hit 500, I will put out rules on the community page that will tell you how to enter the contest. The name will be drawn at random, and the winner of that contest will either get a NFL mini helmet of their team or a college football helmet of their team. So we have big things in store here for the Fourth Down Forum podcast, and I'm excited to bring that stuff to you. You know, I've had this great energy about it. We're going to bring even better things going into 2025. But much love, and I will see y'all on the next episode.